The mayor of Portland, Oregon, is putting the blame on President Trump for the rise of violence in the city. The president, in turn, called the mayor wacky and a dummy. Lucy Kefanoff has the story.
President Trump, you bring no peace. You bring no respect to our democracy.
Portland's Mayor Ted Wheeler slamming President Trump after a weekend of unrest in a city that left one man dead.
Your campaign of fear is as anti-democratic as anything you've done to create hate and vitriol in our beautiful country. And now you want me to stop the violence that you helped create. What America needs is for you to be stopped.
After the death of George Floyd in May, Portland has seen 3 months of intense protests, with demonstrators demanding the mayor, who also serves as the police commissioner, put an end to police brutality and racial injustice. But on Saturday, protesters against police brutality clashed with a caravan of Trump supporters. According to the New York Times, one video shows counter-protesters shooting a paintball gun into a crowd of protesters from the back of a truck. Then later in the night, gunshots were heard and a man was shot and killed. The New York Times reports the victim was wearing a hat with the insignia of the far-right group Patriot Prayer. Police have not yet released the name of the victim or any information about the suspect in the shooting, who remains at large.
And it's critical that everyone refrain from conjecture. Our Constitution permits freedom of speech and assembly, and individuals are free to disagree. But criminal activity, especially violence, is out of bounds.
The president responding to the mayor's attack in a string of tweets, calling Wheeler, quote, weak and pathetic, and even, quote, wacky and a dummy. Earlier Sunday, the Trump administration threatened to step in if Portland doesn't gain control of its city.
We've been asking Portland to do their job really for over 3 months now. We need them to step up, and if they can't, or they don't have the ability or the resources, ask the federal government. We'll provide those resources.
President Trump has tried to vilify Black Lives Matter protesters in Democratic cities as violent agitators, a theme that is becoming a focal point of his re-election campaign.
You know what I say? Protest is your ass. I don't talk about my ass. They're not protesters. Those aren't protesters. Those are anarchists. They're agitators. They're rioters. They're looters.